Yeah, hi there. In this tutorial, we are going to cover with the missing data or the missing values that we often get in our data set. So this is a common scenario. I mean, whenever we get a real data set, it will have some sort of missing values. So sometimes missing values can be straight away interpreted like it is coming as NA or null, but sometimes it is not possible to straight away infer it because it could come in the form of, let's say, a question mark or a dash or a string NA rather than the actual NA. So, so that is one scenario. Another scenario could be any invalid values. Let's say having a negative value for a salary or a negative value for age. So these are the kind of the values which are not correct. So these can also be treated as a missing values. So we'll take one such example and we'll try to see how we deal with the missing data that we get in the file. One second. So I'm just first importing NumPy and Pandas and then reading a file which has employees data. It is having 1000 rows and 6 columns. And this is what the first few rows of the employee data set looks like. Now first thing I'm trying to do is I'm just renaming the columns. Basically the columns are having spaces. I mean, the column headers are having spaces and there is a presence of this percentage symbol. So I'll replace all this blank space which is present in the column header and any special symbol. So once, so how do I do this? We just say emp.columns.str.replace. So string replace function I'm doing. So any space I'm replacing it with the underscore and any special symbol basically which is not backslash w means any character which is not alphabet or alphanumeric that should be replaced by just empty string, and if there is any underscore which is left out at the end then that should be also replaced by the empty string. So after the columns are renamed, if I display the first three records, this is how it looks like. So the column names now look better. So we have first underscore name and then bonus is coming properly instead of bonus percentage. Now it is coming bonus. Senior underscore management and team. Now that is fine. Now we'll start picking up each column at a time and see how what are the values this column is having and how we deal with the missing value. What are the how the missing values actually look like in that particular column. So I'm starting with gender column because the expectation is that it should have two or three values, that is male, female, or nan. So that seems to be the column which should be the simplest one. Let's start with this one. So first display the unique values. So emp.gender.unique. So display that okay there is male, female. Now if you see there is n.a and nan. So this nan is actually an empty value. That is correct. But if you see this n.na, this is not an empty value. This is a string. This is treated as a string value n.a. So definitely we have to take care of this, that this n dot a dot should be treated as a missing value. Now let's find out how many such records are there in which gender is n dot a dot. So we are getting only one such record. Okay, so this n dot a dot type is there is only one record with this value. Okay. Now if there is any NA, we can find out emp.gender.isNA.sum. So we get 148. Okay, there are 148 records in which employee's gender is missing. Okay, now since we don't have any other value apart from these, male and female are okay, so we'll move to the next column, which is the salary. So let's first find out how many genuine missing records are there. So emp.salary.isna.sum, so two, so there are two records in which salary is properly missing in a sense that it is actually having NA nan value. Now, if I see the data type of the salary, it says as object. So it means definitely there is something in the salary which is making it object type. That is, had it only got the values like numbers, then it should have data type as float, but now because of object, it means there is some string also present in it. So let's try to find out what are those values. So what I'm doing, I'm just assigning this emp salary to another variable sal and creating a function that as underscore integer. What it will do, any value that is passed to it, it will try to return the integer value of it. And if it cannot convert it into integer, then an exception will be raised and it will return value as nan. So I'm applying on this cell as cell dot apply this function as integer. So it will, so all the values which it could convert as integer, it will convert it as integer. Whichever that could not be converted to integer, that will have value as nan value. So after this, now cell is having either integer or nan. So now I'm selecting only those records from cell which are nan or missing or is na. So cell dot is na, so that I'm using as a boolean indexing for emp dot salary. So I got these many records. So if you see nan, this is fine. These were actually coming earlier also, two uh, nan that is missing values which are genuinely missing, in the sense that they have okay proper missing value nan. But these three records in the salary having values as n dot a dot and question mark, so these are the invalid values. That is, these should be actually treated as missing values, should not come as a string. So we have to take care of n dot a dot and question mark. Now we have to also see, is there any salary which is less than zero, because we don't expect any negative salary for an employee. uh, so we get nothing. Okay, so there is no such record. So other than that, that is fine. Let's move to the next column, which is bonus. Again, its data type is object. So how first we find out how many are nan type of values in bonus. There are three. Now for bonus, we see that this particular column has floating data. So just like what we did for salary to convert it into integer, similarly we will do here. But this time we will try to convert values into float, and if a value cannot be converted into float, then nan should be returned. So similarly, I am storing bonus in another variable and applying this function as underscore float on bonus and storing it back in the bonus. Now wherever bonus is na, I'm just selecting it. So if you see, there are three nans, which is okay because this is what we got above, but there is question mark also present. Because of this question mark, this particular column is treated as object. So we have to take care of question mark because it should be treated as a missing value. Now next comes the senior management. So this is having as let's check the unique values of this senior management. We get unique values as true, false, nan, na. So it means if a employee belongs to senior management, that particular value is marked as true, otherwise false. Now these are okay. Nan is also okay. This is the genuine missing case. Now these two values n dot a dot and question mark, these are the values which are invalid and these should be treated as missing values. Okay, so we have to take care of these. Next is team. So what are the unique values? We see these are the unique values. If we see nan is present and then there is within quotes na. So this nan is genuinely missing. That is, it is actually a missing value. Now whereas any value within quotes and n dot a within quotes is actually treated as a string, and similarly this question mark within a string. So these three values, that is na, n dot a dot and question mark within the string, these should be treated as missing values and we have to take care of it at the time of reading the data. Okay, now we are done with all the columns except for the first column, which is the first name. Now how many missing names are there? There are 69 missing names. That is, there are 69 records in which um, name is missing. That is nan or yeah. Now if I remove those 69, then how many names are there which contain any digit in it? Because we do not expect any name, any employee name to contain any digit. So so what we are doing is we'll start from here from the boolean indexing. So employee dot first name dot drop in it, that is I'm excluding the any ones, and whatever names are left, I'm applying the string contains function and try to find out all those names in which a digit is present, and specifying that this should be treated as a regex. So I did not get anything. It means there is no name present which has a digit in it. So that is fine. This check is quality check is passed. Next quality check, I want to find out any such name which contains any special character. So again, emp dot first name dot drop na. So that is exclude those na names, and then check if it contains backslash w, that is any non-alphanumeric. Then select such names. So okay, we got that. There is one name present which is having question mark in it, and that is at index 57. So this should be treated as a missing name. Okay, now since we have inspected all the columns and we know that what are the different values which are present in each of the columns, that should be taken care while reading the data. So let's reread the file and specifying an attribute na underscore values that should contain a list of all those values which should be treated as missing values. So I'm reading employee data.csv file again, storing it in EMP. Now this time the difference is I'm passing a list of all those values which should be treated as missing values. Now these should be assigned to this attribute na underscore values. Again, renaming the columns, that is removing any space in the column header and any special character. Now this is what our data frame now looks like. Now if I check the data type of employee, now if you see salary is now coming as float 64. Okay, because it is having uh, integers plus 9, so 9 is by default float. Now another column is numeric column is bonus, that is also treated as float 64. So earlier you remember there was these columns were coming as object, now they are coming in a proper numeric format. So these two are corrected. Now what is left is we need to infer any missing values. For example, if I have to infer gender, then what we can do, all those records in which gender is missing, we can try to infer gender based on the first name, because more or less likely we are able to identify the gender of a person based on the first name. So for example, if you see these are the records. So first what I'm doing, I'm just finding out all those records in which gender is missing and finding the index of such records, passing the index to the employee record and selecting only two columns, first name and gender. So these are the ones in which gender is missing. So for example, employees like Dennis, uh, Victor, Stephen, Justin, Henry, we can straight away say Antonio, these must be male. So we can assign directly male to them. So instead of just what people usually do, they take the mode value and assign that mode value to the missing values. Instead of doing that, let's try to infer the missing value based on the information which is present in the other columns of the same record. So that will be, it will take some time, but it will be a better inference rather than just simply assigning one value blindly to all the missing values. So so that's how we can infer the gender based on the first name. Now let's look at the salary column. So if I select all those records in which salary is missing, then these are the records 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now how do we infer the salary value? So the column that we can make use of, let's say I take Jerry as an example. Now Jerry works in finance team. Jerry is belongs to the senior management and he got the bonus of 9.340. So what I'll try to do, I'll select all those records from employee table who work in the same team, that is finance team, who also belong to the senior management team, and who also got a bonus which is between 9 and 10. Okay, and let's try to see what is the salary of such employees. So this is what I've done. I'm just querying emp.query, specifying the query. Team is finance and senior management is true, and bonus is between 9 and 10, that is greater than 9 and less than 10. So I get these many records. So Jerry obviously is the one whose salary is missing. So this is what we want to infer. Now we got these two records. If you see again, finance true, and this bonus 9.340 and this bonus 9.40. This is close. So we can infer the salary of Cherry must be somewhere. If you see both these records in which the salary is present is 51,000 and 50,000. So it means the salary of Jerry would be somewhere around to 50,000 only or 51,000. So what we can do, we can um, take this value and assign it to the salary, or we can take the average of these two and assign it to uh, Jerry's salary. So in this way, what we are trying to do, we are trying to infer the missing values based on the logic. That is, the logic is that the information which is present in the other columns, we are trying to make the use of that information, and then we are trying to impute the missing values. This is much better. It is, yes, time taking approach, but this is better approach compared to just assigning mean, median, or mode to all those missing values, because in that case you will see your data distribution would change completely. So yeah, similarly we can use the other columns to impute or infer the missing values of the remaining columns. So that's it in this tutorial. Thank you.